Alright guys, I'm back with my WWE Raw Review 4028 for the 12th, 2015. This show's the last show 2015, and this week's show, it was, you know what, it was actually a good show. You know what, it was a good show. I mean, it was a alright show. I mean, the thing, I didn't like the show, the wrestling was decent, the show was boring, but the fans kind of like made me interested into the show, if you know what I mean. You know, it's kind of one of those Raws that you think, oh, obviously, also, you know, Raw wasn't a good show, and also you're thinking, also Raw isn't a good show, I don't think it was a good show tonight, but the fans made Raw worth watching, if you know what I mean, with all the great chants and stuff like that. So we start off with Vince opening up Raw, and he says basically to the fans, basically he opens up Raw, he's putting down the fans and he puts down the fans, telling them to shut up and that, and then he says that he shouldn't have basically Superman punched Reigns last week, and he shouldn't have turned his back on Stephanie. Superman punched Vince, and he shouldn't have turned his back on Stephanie, and then the cops come out to try, and then Stephanie comes out with the cops. She wants Roman Reigns arrested. But basically, they're having nothing of it. Basically, Vince goes, "Arrest that son of a bitch right now!" And then Vince is like, and then the cops like, well, the fake cops, you know, they're like indie wrestlers, we all know that. But and then the cops are like, "We're gonna arrest you because you like assaulted a cop and stuff, and that's like not right and stuff. That's part of the law and stuff. You're not supposed to put your hands on an officer and stuff like that." So they arrest Vince, and then all through the night we have a mugshot of Vince McMahon, and I was laughing at stuff like that because every time when they've done like these cop angles, like when like a diva or a superstar's been arrested, they never show the mugshot of them actually getting arrested. Actually, them coming out of the cop station, them actually coming out of the police station was actually kind of different because they actually never show that. We always hear them saying, "Oh, they're in the cop, they're with the cops right now," and stuff. But it's just shocking that they actually show Vince coming out the cops tonight, and them actually giving him mugshots of Vince McMahon. That's so funny. Then the first match tonight, which was Neville versus Kevin Owens. Why did I say Natalia? Neville versus Kevin Owens. It was a very short match. Neville wins by roll up. After the match, Kevin Owens goes nuts and just basically kills Neville. After that, Ambrose comes out and basically attacks Kevin Owens and makes a save. So also, it looks like we're still having this Kevin Owens and Ambrose feud. And then we have a segment between JoJo. JoJo interviews Becky Lynch. Becky's on about JoJo reads a tweet from Charlotte from what she was tweeting from Raw. She said she's not going to be there tonight, and she wants Becky to basically win a match on her own without Charlotte's help. So basically, they're teasing a Charlotte versus Becky feud like they did on SmackDown, and it looks like they're going to have a feud at the Royal Rumble. They haven't announced that yet, but that's the route they're going to go anyway, I think. Which is, I don't know, these are two great women wrestlers, and I'm excited to see the match as well. I hope the WWE creating give them a lot of, a long time, give them a lot of, in-ring time and stuff, and give them a lot of good, let them have like loads of these segments and stuff like that, because I want to see the Divas next year have a lot of good segments and stuff like that. Then we get to the second match, which is Becky versus Sasha. Becky wins with the roll-up. It was such a boring match. The fans were chatting, "This is boring." I felt it was boring. I was on my phone for most of the match, but what I saw, Sasha won with the roll-up. Like I said, it was a boring match, and I think from these two women, we should have had a better match. I don't know what it was. Maybe they was thinking about the new year. I don't know what it was. It was just going to have an off match. Then Renee standing outside the Brooklyn police station, and basically she's saying like, "Oh, Vince McMahon's got a lawyer and he's protesting about getting out of jail and stuff, and he's getting charged with failing to accept that he's getting arrested or something like that, and assault of an officer and stuff like that." Um, and then the third match tonight is Kalisto versus Kofi. The New Day Club promo before the match talking about how they're still pissed off that the fans didn't vote them as the OMG as the award for OMG Moment of the Year, and also didn't vote for Tag Team of the Year. Kalisto wins. I didn't see the match. It's another match I didn't really pay attention to, but I know Kalisto won. I think Sin Cara made a distraction or something like that. But yeah, it kind of looks like we're going to have a New Day and Lucha Dragon feud at the Royal Rumble, which is, I think they're eventually then going to put the titles on the Lucha Dragons eventually. Because they are like super over, man. Like, you should have seen when they come out every Raw, I think even on SmackDown, I mean, even on NXT, they're still doing Lucha, so they're super over, man. I mean, they are getting over. I mean, they're still doing the Lucha thing, so I mean, they're over, so that's good. Then we get to the fourth match, which was Big E versus Sin Cara, because after that, Xavier says, you know what, if you want a match, you know what, you're going to face Big E now. And then Big E versus Sin Cara. Big E just basically kills Sin Cara with the big ending. That was it, really. Miz TV segment, and Miz is trying to Miz is trying to go through what happened this year and stuff, a review of it. Just typical shit at this point. Ryback says next year is going to be the year of the big guy. I said the bad guy, the big guy. And then Zack Ryder came out because it's, you know, New York and stuff. And that, you know, that's near Long Island stuff. And Zack Ryder says next year is going to be the year of Zack Ryder. Much as I would like to see Zack Ryder on TV more, and much as I'd like to see WWE push Zack Ryder again, I doubt it. I know it's sad. You've got a good in-ring wrestler like Zack Ryder and a great character that the fans can get behind in Zack Ryder, and he's not getting pushed. Yeah, it is kind of sad from where it was like 3 or 4 years ago. Like this time 3 or 4 years ago when he was the US champion, and he was in segments, I think, with The Rock and John Cena and The Miz and CM Punk and Daniel Bryan and other guys like that. And now he's just basically doing nothing, and he's basically just on NXT and stuff like that. I mean, that's good, he's on NXT and stuff, and he's getting, you know, TV time and stuff, but unless he's that right to do something in the mid-card stuff and maybe get, you know, an IC title, maybe a US title feud with Del Rio, or just something to do, you know, for him to do, instead of just him just getting buried all the time. I mean, he's a talented guy, and I don't want to, you know, see him. I just want to see that Ryder push, you know. A lot of guys, you know, in the WWE don't get used properly. I've said that before, and a lot of people in the YW and RWC have said that before anyway, so, yeah. It's a sad case from some mid-carders. I mean, some mid-carders like fucking... I mean, when was the last time we saw Stardust actually get a big push? I mean, it's a few years since we've seen Stardust actually get a big push in WWE. I think, you know, there's some mid-cards in the WWE. I think it's better if they actually leave WWE. Like, look at fucking EC3. He left WWE, I think, in 2013-14, whatever it was. And look at him now. He's the world's heavyweight champion. I mean, he was a former world heavyweight champion, and he's a main eventer in TNA. TNA slowly built him up from mid-carder to main eventer, and finally made him into the main eventer. He's feuded with guys like Kurt Angle, he's feuded with Sting, he's feuded with other guys in TNA, but yeah, that was before Sting went to WWE, but yeah, like I said, I mean, EC3's been built up pretty well in TNA. I haven't watched TNA in a while, but I've heard a lot of good positive things about EC3 in TNA, and how he was the world champion in TNA. It's just really good things. And also, like, like Bobby Lashley, I mean, or Lashley as he's called now, he in WWE, he was supposed to be the next big thing after Brock Lesnar, and then he got released by WWE, and then now in TNA, now he's the first black TNA world champion. And, you know, getting a big push and stuff like that, and that's another guy that has improved. I know his mic skills are still shit, but his in-ring style has really improved, in my opinion, from his WWE run anyway. And other guys like Drew McIntyre, or Drew Galloway now, as he's called now, in TNA, Drew Galloway, I mean, he's getting a big push as well in TNA right now. I mean, you know, he's, you know, in the main event with TNA now. I mean, he was in the main event. I actually saw a bit of TNA a few months ago. It was a lockdown match between Gold Force Wrestling and TNA, and Lashley and Drew Galloway were in the main event with the Wolves, and I think it was Austin Aries. No, it wasn't Austin Aries. Was it EC3? I don't know who. It was somebody. I don't know. I'll have to look at that match and tell you who it was. But yeah, like I said, they were using like guys, XWE guys better. TNA used XWE guys better than WWE used their mid carders, in my opinion. So yeah, if any of you mid carders in WWE want to go to TNA, then you know where to go. I mean, I know obviously it's not better, and also you're not going to get paid better than WWE, but it's better than, you know, you're going to get a better push in TNA than in WWE. If you're someone like Stardust, you're probably thinking that, well, you want to go to TNA now and stuff like that. But yeah. Anyway, I don't know why I was going on about the mid carders anyway there. I don't know. And then Goldust comes out, Big Show, and Big Show's like, oh, I'm going to be in the Royal Rumble and stuff. And then the fans are like, please retire. And I like how Big Show's like this year's been like, listening to fans like about please retire. Every time we chant that, he's like, no, I'm not retiring and stuff like that. Like, oh. Yeah, I mean, Big Show. I mean, I don't want to really see Big Show on TV every week. I think that's what we don't see. We don't see Big Show on TV anymore, which is really good because you know he's a guy that should be on a part-time schedule now. I mean, I don't really want to see Big Show for the WWE World Title. I mean, who wants to see Big Show, a 46-year-old, 40-something-year-old guy in the Big Show, be a WWE World Champion? I don't. I just keep it with guys like Roman Reigns and keep giving opportunity to guys like Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose and Kevin Owens and Cesaro, instead of giving and Ryback, and start giving to guys like Big Show and Kane these opportunities, because they're getting older now and they need to be on a part-time schedule. And you know, they were in the past. I mean, they had their time in the 90s, and you know, and 2000s, and now it's time for the Rybacks and Roman Reigns and all these other guys in WWE to finally get their push, you know, properly in the WWE. Now, if the WWE focus more, if Kevin and Vince McMahon focus more on actually pushing the young guys in WWE, and the creative team actually give them proper good storylines to work with, then maybe, you know, maybe some of those guys I was talking about, Drew Galloway and Bobby Lashley, would be better wrestlers in WWE. Well, Drew McIntyre was a good wrestler, but I mean, Bobby Lashley could be in a better wrestler in WWE, and he could have got a bigger push. I mean, but I don't know. It's not, I mean, a lot of guys. I mean, even Shelton Benjamin, I think he could have done better in WWE. I think, you know, there's a lot of guys. Carlito, he could have done a bit more in WWE. I mean, even Chris Masters, his second run, he should have done a lot better in his second run in WWE, I think. But you know, yeah. Even do something with Cole Cabana when he was in the company as well. I think a big missed opportunity. I mean, when they had Chris Hero and Cole Cabana, I remember when they didn't use those guys properly. I mean, jobbing out Cole Cabana, one of the best indie wrestlers in the early 2000s, and he had really good match with Samoa Joe, and like Cole Cabana had good match with Daniel Bryan and CM Punk, and you jobbing him out. I didn't get that. Just a lot of stuff that they've pushed, a lot of people that they've hired in the past already, and they bury them and stuff and release them. I don't really get that, but who knows? But anyway, on to this review. I just had a total rant about the mid card and stuff. The fifth match tonight was Big Show vs Ryback. Ryback wins with a count out, and then the sixth match tonight was Ambrose versus the Leagues of Nation. Ambrose and the Usos, sorry, and the Leagues of Nation hit the bro kick on one of the Usos for the win. After the match, Kevin Owens attacks Ambrose and puts him through a table, so also they'll continue in that view, like I said. And then the seventh match tonight was Cena versus Del Rio. Cena cuts his typical babyface promo where saying, the champ, I'm here to basically get another title shot for the US title again, and basically bury some more talent, yay! And basically he was like, I'm here for a US title match, and then Del Rio said, I want Del Rio to put the US title on the line, and Del Rio's like, do you think I want to put the US title on the line? I'm trying to do a Mexican accent, and I'm terrible at it. I'll never do that again. And then and then Cena, and then Del Rio's like, well, you know what? If you want a title match, we're gonna have one tonight. And then Cena and Del Rio, they have an alright match. It was it was a decent match. It wasn't the best Del Rio Cena match. I mean, they've had some good matches, but it was a decent match. This one was. Del Rio and Cena go back and forth, and then Cena gets Del Rio for the AA. Typical stuff. Del Rio gets the ropes. Cena tries to AA Del Rio. Del Rio kicks the ref in the face by accident. Ref takes a bump. He fucking rolls over. Del Rio took the bump. Cena was here. Del Rio was over his shoulder. Cena and Del Rio were here. The ref was there, and full force. Cena just turned around knocked out the damn ref. And the ref rolled over about 3 times, and then oversold that fucking. Took that bump. Rolled through 3 or 4 times out of the ring. It was totally ridiculous. Why are you overselling your fucking move, bro? I don't know. I know you're supposed to sell that you've been hurt by a fucking kick, but you don't have to fucking roll over 3 or 4 times, bro. And it's just terrible. And then basically the Lisa Nation interferes. Sheamus tries to broke it down. Cena hits Rusev. Cena then hits an AA. And then Del Rio kicks out. Then Del Rio hits a backstabber on Cena. A super kick gets the win. After the match, the Cena gets beat down by the Lisa Nation. Usos come down and try to save him, but also they get beat down. Then Reigns comes down. The family saves the Usos. He spears Rusev. He Superman punched Del Rio, and then after that he basically attacks Sheamus with a chair. Vince comes back. Vince is like, you know what? When it's the first Raw of the new year, it's gonna be Del Rio. Not Del Rio. Wow, fuck have I just said Del Rio? It's gonna be Sheamus versus. It's gonna be Reigns defending against Sheamus, and the special ref is gonna be Vince McMahon. And it reminded me when Dude Love and Stone Cold had that feud in 1998, and Vince was the ref, and he was like, so I don't know, something happened or something. He wasn't refereeing the match, and I think he got attacked by Austin or something. I don't know. It was fucking 18 years ago. That was new, but that's what it reminded me of. When he was saying, "I'm gonna be the special guest referee," I was just thinking about the Stone Cold and Dude Love match over the Edge '98. So that was cool. Great anti-dare moments. So guys, that was my WWE Raw review for the 28th of the 2015. What did you guys think of this last episode of Raw? I thought it was a decent show this week. It wasn't the best show in the world. The last Raw of 2015, it didn't particularly go out in a bang. It was just a decent show to me. Just basically decent. It wasn't the best show, but it was decent. So what do you guys think of this last episode of Raw, guys? And thanks for watching, guys. Right out.